When you come to Thailand, don't be this guy. Oh my God, look, there's a monkey. So today I wanted to tell you guys about the most uncomfortable, shocking, or interesting things that I've come across since moving here. I've been living in Thailand for the past 8 months. A couple weeks ago, it hit like 75 degrees. I go outside and everyone's wearing jackets and I'm out in shorts and a t-shirt, and it was really comfortable because where I'm from, 75 degrees is just perfect. And then also when it's like 100 degrees outside, everyone's just chilling, enjoying their time, and I'm over here drenched in sweat. It's just really interesting how differently our bodies like acclimate to the environment. This one, oh my goodness, I felt like such an idiot for not knowing this, and you will thank me later for telling you this. This happened to me at a mall, but I guess it could really happen anywhere. So you park in your parking spot, you go into the mall, go watch a movie, maybe grab some food or something, then you come back out, and there's someone parallel parked in front of your car. What do? You just sit there and curse the world because why did this person just park in front of my car? Now I can't leave until they leave. Don't be me and sit there and wait for the person to come back, okay? You can push their car. At least you're supposed to be able to. In Thai driving class, they teach you, if there aren't enough parking spots, that you should parallel park in front of the other parking spots, but they're supposed to leave their car in neutral so that whoever they're parked in front of and blocking, they can go out and push their car out of the way and then leave the parking spot. My thought was always like, if the steering wheel was slightly turned in their car and you were to push it, wouldn't that like push them into other cars? I don't know. I really don't know. This next one is incredibly frustrating. This is specifically in Bangkok. You'll be chilling at a stoplight for a half hour, 45 minutes, an hour at one stoplight. I'm not kidding. The longest I stayed at a stoplight, I think, was about an hour. And traffic will be clear on the other side, so it's not a traffic issue. The reason why, you wanna take a guess for a second? Okay, I'm gonna tell you. In big intersections where there's a lot going on, there are these traffic boxes in one of the corners of the intersection where there's police officers sitting in there and they manually control the traffic lights. But they're people, so sometimes people, when they're doing a boring job like switching a traffic light, they fall asleep and you'll be just chilling at the stoplight waiting for them to change it while they're just snoozing away for 45 minutes. I'm not kidding. It has happened a couple times, it's not that often, but it's happened at least 3 times that I can remember off the top of my head. I've always like thought about, what if there's an emergency, like an ambulance, and there would be people like honking their horns so loud everyone is basically like a symphony of trucks. So that's fun, be prepared for that. Sometimes walking through the city is a lot faster than driving. Another thing that I found really interesting, which is kind of disappointing honestly, is that if you buy something, you can't return it. If you bought like a pair of jeans and you don't like it, sucks for you, you might as well go donate it. There's no bringing it back to the store and being like, here's my receipt, can I get a refund? They'll be like, go like wipe your tears with your jeans, like sorry. Which is completely opposite to the US, considering there is like almost a business surrounding like returning clothes. Like some people literally scam that way, like making money. I just make sure that I really like what I'm about to get before I get it. This one was really interesting and just honestly amazing compared to the US. The amount of wild animals that you will just randomly see. You'll be walking down like through the street of Bangkok or in a park in Bangkok and just see a 6-foot monitor lizard just chilling or walking into your direction. And also just like walking through a national park, see an elephant, is what it is. Keep your distance. One time I was driving through like these like back streets near a national park and a baby elephant literally just walked out. I knew the mama was somewhere near, but I didn't want to find the mama because that's just waiting for trouble. If you didn't know, elephants are extremely dangerous and they can literally crush your car while you're in it and flip your car over and do like all kinds of crazy things. Also, if you climb up a tree running from an elephant, they can knock the tree down. So just don't mess with elephants, that's all that I have to say. But yeah, you will see just random wild animals, monkeys, elephants, monitor lizards, just crazy stuff all over the place at random times when you're not expecting it. But it's honestly amazing. I love animals, I love nature, and it's just really cool. The next thing about Thailand, I think this is really cool, and I think that the rest of the world should implement this. I'm sure other countries have it, but the US does not. They have timers on their stoplights. So there's no guessing when the light's gonna turn yellow or red. You know, it literally just has the number there and it just counts down. The next thing that was incredibly shocking to me was the amount of motorbikes. There are so many everywhere, and people ride in like whole packs. Like, you think a motorcycle gang is big? Oh my goodness, like a whole swarm. It's like a hive mind. So that was incredible to see for the first time. I was like, holy freaking cow. And also, I get jealous of those people all the time because you can just weave through traffic. I haven't been brave enough to do this, but I've seen some locals literally just walk through a swarm of motorbikes just as they're coming. So like, you just walk through and motorbike passes you, motorbike passes you, motorbike passes you, and you're just kind of hoping that the motorbikes see you and just kind of swerve around you as you walk across the road. I've seen that a couple times and I was incredibly impressed. So that's something that you can do, but also like you can jump into a pit of crocodiles. So just because you can do something doesn't mean you should. This next one takes a little bit of adjustment, but honestly, now that I've been living here, I prefer it compared to the US. Wild, I know. When you go to a restaurant, it is a whole entire new experience. First off, you do not have one waiter. Basically, the entire staff of the restaurant waits on you. They all take turns, but like in the US, if you call over a server for a water and they don't happen to be your server, they'll be like, okay, I'll go get your server, instead of getting it for you. Since you're not their table, they don't really care. But that's not how it is here. That's all teamwork. And then also, the other thing about restaurants is that you call people over, which I found really weird and disrespectful. Because in the US, like, the stereotype you see in movies are like snobby people going like, waiter, and like snapping at people. That's just really blatantly rude in the US. You don't do that. Here in Thailand, you just raise your finger up. I don't snap because I still consider that rude. But you just like look at them like that and then they come over. It's very common. Literally everyone does it. If you don't do this, they won't come check on you. Like, you will be sitting there 2 hours without anything. So if you're nervous and a shy person and feel weird about going like that and getting their attention, being like, Sawadee Krap, yeah, you're gonna be sitting there for a long time. Next one, this can save you a lot of trouble, which I hope you're not doing this in the first place, but don't touch people's heads. I guess in American culture, it might be common to like pat someone on the head, like your nephew or something, but don't do that in Thailand. I mean, there's no reason to touch a random stranger, but if you're gonna touch anyone, do not touch their head. I think it has some religious reasons behind it. I'm not exactly sure, so I'm not even gonna try to guess, but the top of the head is very sacred in Thailand and Cambodia. I know that. I've talked about this next one multiple times in videos, but the amount of 7-Elevens is honestly insane. When I first arrived here, it was mind-blowing. Boom, like I could not process. We have 7-Eleven in the US. First off, I didn't even think about it being outside of the US, like how close-minded of myself. But when I got here, they are everywhere. I rented an apartment for 1 month, like my first month here, and that was in downtown Bangkok. And on my main street that I lived on, there were 7-Elevens, but it's very convenient because no matter where you are, there's a 7-Eleven. And the 7-Elevens here aren't like in the US. They actually have good food, sorry to the US. Like, yes, they still have the hot dogs that are on like the nasty rollers that you don't even know the last time they were cleaned, stuff like that, but they also have a whole frozen section with like meals that are $1.50, and then you grab it and then you go give it to the cashier and then they stick it in a microwave in the back, and then now you have this like delicious, sweet and savory like chicken pad thai thing. Like, it's insane. Like, the meals that you can get from 7-Eleven are really good quality. It's mostly rice or noodles, but still delicious. And then also you can get like shampoo, you can get toothpaste, just any type of hygiene supplies. You can get baking supplies. It's basically just a mini grocery store. I think they even have toilet paper, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, so there's basically many grocery stores all around you at all times. So if you ever need anything, you're good to go. This next one I feel like shouldn't have to be said, but my friend found themselves in this situation and I find it kind of funny. Just keep in mind that just because you're in another country doesn't mean that people don't understand English or just the language that you speak in general. Especially in Bangkok, a lot of people speak English, and my friend made the mistake of talking some smack in a taxi one time, and the person ended up understanding everything that they said, and that's just incredibly awkward. Yeah, not that you should be talking smack in public, but if you want to, just don't do it around people just because you assume that they don't speak the language that you do, because they very well might. Next interesting thing that I saw, and I really had to restrict myself from wanting to walk on this because it looked very fun. There are motorbike designated bridges. I saw one that went over a river, like it was literally on the river. The river's going this way, and it was just the length of the river. It's like you're literally driving on the river on like this 2-foot wide wooden bridge. that looked kind of sketch, honestly, but it looked really fun. I wanted to walk on it, but if I was walking on it when a motorbike came, that would be bad. This next one, I don't want it to come across as offensive because it easily could, especially with how offended people get these days. But I'm gonna try to deliver it in the most gentle way possible. In the US, men tend, keep in mind I use the word tend, to be a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more like, "Urgh." And there's nothing wrong with that, that's just a personality trait, but you don't really see that a lot here in Thailand. One thing that I've generally noticed is that men tend to be more soft-spoken. They have like a little bit higher voices, they don't talk as loud, they don't feel the need to really talk down here. So yeah, I found that interesting. Once again, I'm not trying to offend anyone. I'm sorry if you're, and like that was offensive, I'm sorry. Another interesting thing that I was told by my Thai friends that I've made, a lot of this comes from them because like you can only observe so much in culture without like knowing the answers behind. So, if that makes sense, I really don't know. It'll make sense after I explain this. So a lot of Thai people that are working more white collar jobs, they'll have really long natural nails, men and women. Reason being, which I did not know this, my friends told me, is that because people in the past used to have to work like really laborious jobs, in order to work those jobs, you couldn't have long nails. So now that people work more white collar jobs, it's kind of a way to show class. That's how it was described to me. And it makes sense, but I just didn't understand at first when I saw a bunch of guys with long nails and girls with just like really long nails, why that was. But yeah, it's just to show that you work a white collar job. This next topic is a very delicate one, so I'm gonna try to explain it in the best way that I can. Lady boys, there's a lot of talk about this. Let me just put this out there really quick, okay? Just getting it out of the way. I support trans people. Like, I'm not trying to turn this into like a political video by any means, but ladyboys are an interesting phenomena that I've come across here in Thailand. Reason being is that they don't identify as trans women and they don't identify as men either. They're ladyboys. Like literally, if you ask them, like, what do you want me to call you? They will say, I'm a ladyboy. I thought when I first arrived here that it was like an offensive term, but here it's completely normal, not frowned upon, and that's just what you call them. And yes, there are still trans women here and there are trans men, but there's also ladyboys. But it is a big thing here in Thailand. And also, another thing that I get a lot is this weird misconception that Thailand is super, I can't say the word on here because YouTube will get mad, but scared of gay people. Ooh, ooga booga. I hear that all the time. People like warn me, like don't go there, they don't like us. You'll see pride flags throughout the city. You see gay bars all over the place. There's been pride parades. Like honestly, in some aspects, depending on which part of the US you were in, it's more accepting here than in the US. Especially compared to somewhere like Tennessee or Georgia. And that's why ladyboys are able to just like freely express themselves. But yeah, so those are all of the things that I found either interesting or like shocking or just unusual. But most of the things I just found really interesting, if anything. I wouldn't say there was much that I found shocking. And by unusual, I just mean not something that I'm used to being from the US. So yeah, that's just what I found when I moved to Thailand, and I'm sure that there's plenty of other things that I'll realize along the way. This video actually took months to plan, it really did. Reason being is that it's kind of hard to think of everything that's unusual or new when you're living in a country, so I'd always just jot things down as I noticed them, or thought of them, and then just made a list over time of all the things. And then now we're here. So yeah, this is my months long awaited video. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun to plan and just come up with all the ideas and how I was gonna go about doing this. This is my first sit down video in quite a while actually, and I'm really happy about it. It's been really fun chatting with you guys. It's been so great. I have family visiting this month, so I'm only gonna be posting twice, unfortunately. This is one of them. But then in February, I should be back to my normal schedule. But yeah, until then, I love you guys. Thank you for watching, I greatly appreciate it. If you'd like to, subscribe, click the like button, that really helps. It's a free way that you can help the channel out. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye. Before I go, I just want to say a big thank you to everyone who supports the channel on Patreon. Thank you guys so very much. I greatly appreciate it. Because of you, I'm able to continue making content and show you all of the beautiful places that the world has to offer. So thank you guys so very much. I greatly appreciate it. And an extra special thank you goes to Sir Brian Butterfield, Eric Fast, Michael Posh, Scott Sweaters, and Britt Saunders. If you'd like to join or support the channel in any other way, you can find links in the description. I'm just gonna put cocoa powder on my face because I'm not rubbing dirt. I'm not that dedicated. How do I make myself look like dirty? This is gonna make me break out. I'm gonna have to shower right after this. Oh my God. Sorry, I'm just trying to like reenact how I should do this. Should I be like, I don't know what I should do. I'm gonna be becoming an actor. It's like a little too much. That monkey really messed me up. I was gonna do like having glasses, and then when I get back up, the glasses are like all messed up. But I don't have a pair of glasses, so that's unfortunate. Oh, I need to like pop up and look like shook. Ready? Here we go. Okay, I should like have my shirt like off like this. Okay. Make my hair look wild. That's good. Okay. Okay, I think that's good. I'm sweating sitting here, guys. Everyone always asks me that, like, why are you wearing a jacket? I don't even know. So today I decided that I would compile, so today I thought that I would just tell you about, so today I decided that I'll show you guys, so today I decided that I'll tell you guys about, so today I decided that I wanted to, so today I decided that I wanted to show you guys, so today I'm gonna be telling you guys